Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins again. It's about my third video of the day, and I wanted to talk about uh, the gay marriage ruling. Specifically, I wanted to contemplate the statement that the dissenting opinion from the Supreme Court decision, as many of you may or may not know, the Supreme Court ruled that that gays do have a right to marry uh, across the board. You know, so supposedly that would override any state's rules against gay marriage, any state laws against gay marriage. I don't know if any states actually have a law against gay marriage, but the Supreme Court came out and they made it clear, you know, gay marriage is a right. Basically, they said gay marriage is a right. And I was thinking of the dissenting opinion by Clarence Thomas, and what he said. People interpreted what he said as they said that he said that gays don't have a right to dignity, basically. But what Clarence Thomas said is that the federal government does not control dignity. He said that you know it with the different things that with the different persecutions that have gone on in America, like slavery and Japanese internment. He said that you know uh, that you know nothing that the government does to you can take away your dignity, whether the government enslaves you, whether the government denies you the right to marry, or put you on in a internment camp. Um, they don't take away your dignity. You still have dignity as a human being because dignity is given by God, is what He said. So it can't be reduced or misunderstood. So it was the hardest question that I've ever had to ponder. When I thought about what he said, it was like, uh, it was like I couldn't even understand the premise, which was, if if somebody if somebody takes away uh, your your the freedom that is guaranteed to you. If somebody takes away your freedom, does that take away your dignity? Hold on a sec. Let me check this out. I want to get the definition of dignity. Um, uh, so he said that uh, okay, dignity is the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. So basically, well, what he was implying was that black slaves from Africa were just as worthy of honor and respect when they were being put onto ships and shipped to America as they are now that they are free in America. They are equally worthy of honor and respect. And Um, and the Japanese were just as worthy of honor and respect when they were being put on internment camps and shipped to military bases as they are today. It seems to me that there's no real connection uh, either way. I can't really understand how uh, a government would be how a government could uh, not you know change your worthiness of honor and respect if it took away your rights, or how it could change your worthiness for honor and respect if it took away your rights. Either way, it doesn't really seem to make sense. They seem like unrelated concepts. So I had to think. I just tried to think what was the time in my life. I've never felt that I had complete dignity. I've always felt a little bit, at least a little bit undignified. But I started to think, when did I feel the least dignity? And you know, when did I? When was the time where I felt the least dignified and the least? I guess I could say the least human. And and all I can think of is when I was in college. When I was uh, climbing the ladder of success, so to speak, and you know, I had never, I had never done my own business, made a sale on my own. I was, trying to rise up the ladder, go through the rat race, trying to please a certain employer, trying to please as many employers as I could so that they would smile down on me and give me a job, and I would, I mean, you know, I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off, applying multiple times to any place that would take applications that I thought I was qualified for, and you know, so I mean, you know, uh, I had never, I had never, YouTube came online after I had started college. I had never, tried to put a video up on YouTube. I hadn't started my own blog yet. Uh, I hadn't written a book yet. It, you know, I expected the employers to do for me, but I wouldn't do for myself. And because I, I didn't rely on myself, you know, I couldn't feel dignity because, you know, uh, because the 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 majority because my idea of success was predicated on somebody else giving me a shot as opposed to me giving myself a shot. And that was the time in my life where I did not have any dignity. And I found myself so many times, crawling through the mud, uh, you know, expecting, expecting, you know, somebody to fulfill a promise to me that they had never made, that they were under no obligation to keep, and so in my mind, what takes away your dignity is your mentality, and it's not what other people do. It's how you think about life that really uh, determines your dignity. And I the time in my life where I felt the most dignity, the time in my life when I felt the most dignity relatively was, right now today. Is that, everything doesn't go my way. I still don't have my Porsche. I still can't, you know, drive across. I still can't drive the autobahn and visit, Tibetan monks and all this other stuff. I can't, you know, um, I can't buy all sorts of stuff, but I'm able to I'm able to own things. I've got my own channel on YouTube that I'm producing for regularly, uh, and um, uh, and I've got uh, I've got I'm eating every day, obviously, which was not always a given, and you know, other people really don't treat me with respect, but I treat myself with respect now because I realize that I have that choice. You know, you can't choose what other people will do, but you can choose what you'll do to yourself. And you know, because of that, I have more dignity today. You know, uh, but I'm not now, nor have I ever been a slave. So I can't compare that. But I just thinking of, when comparing it in instances in my life where I didn't feel that I was dignified, and even if the connotation of dignified, when you say somebody is dignified, it's more you what it means in that context is how does he carry himself, what is his character, what is his demeanor, you know is he a philanderer, is he a foul mouth, is he a racist, things like these, that's a connotation with somebody who's dignified, and so let me know what you think about what Clarence Thomas says. I still can't make heads or tails of it, but and um, that that's another thing is that if you look at if you look at United States of America, I mean, the original Pilgrims, uh, they came here because they felt that the king in Europe was stealing their dignity, and they felt we'd rather risk drowning and starving to death, which many of them did drown and starve to death. We'd rather risk that than be here. So you know, uh, you know, if 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 people hadn't felt undignified because of the actions of the government, then they would not have created this country. We wouldn't have uh, the rights of the people enshrined in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the amendments, and things of that nature. And we wouldn't need checks and balances. So in that way, he was wrong. Uh, George Takei's comments. He said that he basically he didn't really challenge whether or not Clarence Thomas was right. All he said was that his family was interned in an internment camp, and it was harsh. Basically, that's all he said. And he didn't say whether or not he was less dignified. You know, you know, but that's all that that's all I have to say about the Supreme Court decision. And I'm not, you know, I don't really think, I'm, I'm not against gay marriage. I mean, I feel as though they should be allowed to marry, but yeah. So let me know what you think. If you agree, disagree, and have a nice day. Bye.